Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome to another edition of Family Connect. That beautiful program that tries to help us in one way or the other and reach out to people who contribute our little quota to helping shape and provide what we need to have a better world, better family, better humanity, and better understanding of our environment and what it takes to have that happy home which we all long for in one form or the other. By extension, it affects our society. I welcome all of you to this particular edition. And with my crew, we say thank you to every one of you that have come to this channel to view what we do, commented, and shared with others. We ask that you continue to do that. It helps us a lot. So today I have two beautiful ladies with me here, and they've been here before, and I decided to bring them here because of this particular topic, because I don't think it's what I wanted to discuss alone, because I have my own fair share of it, but I know others will have had such experiences and they're still having it. Before I say what the topic is, let me first of all introduce them. On my right, I have my beautiful friend, sister, name it, Stella Maris. She's here to discuss this particular topic with me. And she is a consultant in education, and she's very well versed. She's an entrepreneur, she's a mother, and she has done a lot to improve the lots of people around her. So Stella Maris, you're welcome to the program.
Very kind of you to have me.
Yes, and on my left, I have another lovely sister and a friend. All of you know her, you've seen her here. Those that have been watching us anyway. So she's Chioma. She's a beauty consultant. She's an ambassador. And she's a life coach. So, Chioma, you're welcome.
Thank
to
you.
the program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. So, you're all welcome. And then, my topic for today is the gains of patience and perseverance. So, ladies, I will start by asking the definition of patience and perseverance. John?
Okay, thank you. Patience, like we normally know, is a virtue, honestly, and it's an ability you really have to develop. So, as we all know, patience is the capacity for you to accept or tolerate any delay or problems or sufferings without becoming annoyed or anxious, And it's an ability you have to build over time. And if you ask me, for anything we do in life, you don't just start off, you have to really work on it prayerfully, honestly, because I believe there's nothing we can achieve in life that you can't prayerfully, achieve. And then when you talk about perseverance, you now talk about doing something consistently, You have to be persistent in it, despite the delay. You have to experience in achieving that success. And that's also where patience comes in. So you can see the two are related. Because if you don't have that patience to persistently do that thing, you won't be able to, achieve. And there's nothing we do in life that just comes so easy. You have to continue doing it diligently, no matter the obstacles that comes with it. You have to be patient about it, and then always look about your environment, because sometimes when problems comes, you have to really calm down. Look at things around you, look at how you're also doing it, whether you're doing it the right way or the wrong way. And once you're able to get to that point, and why patience goes along with perseverance, it might be at that point when success wants to come in that you might lose that patience or you might give up. So you have to keep going. And at that point, when it's right for you to mature, you will see everything come out so well.
Very well said. It's like, yes, it's like taking it even beyond what I was expecting at the initial start. So we are good. We are doing it well. So Stella Maris, so how will you define it? How will you put it? She has put it in a very down to earth way that anybody can understand. So let's get that spell of yours.
We have a dictionary definition, and we have the definition that life gives you. Patience, one of the moral virtues as listed that every human being should have. To face catastrophes, to face everyday life, to face your work, to face bringing up your family, to face living in a community. Calm. Calm. In the face of life's experiences, that ability to remain calm, that ability to not be anxious, that ability to not get upset over whatever experiences come your way. And when you look at, because actually patience and perseverance, they go together in a way. Patience is tolerance, forbearance. You have all sorts of experiences in life, and you get to the point where nothing frazzles you, nothing raises your BP, nothing upsets you. As life throws this one your way, you take it calmly, deal with it. Another one comes, you deal with it, and you keep on moving. So I am talking about my own experience, what patience has, what I'm telling you. That's just the truth.
Yes.
And then with perseverance, I would speak about my own experience also. I am also a consultant on patriotism. And I've been on the patriotism train now for over probably 10 years, quietly, trying to work on it. Now, what I met was a lot of opposition from different people, from my friends, telling me, what are you doing? Please, come on, can this feed you, for heaven's sake? Why are you bothering yourself? What is there in the country to be patriotic about? But I have persisted. That's perseverance. There's a way Toni Morrison, the poet, said. She said, still I rise, still I persist, and I persevered, continued despite the difficulties, despite the challenges, despite the opposition, despite the lack of acceptance. I have continued moving day after day, month after month, year after year. I have persevered on the train of trying to get adolescents to become patriotic, trying to bring the patriotism mantra to the school system.
Yeah.
So this is what it has been. Now, in that perseverance, the patience, yes, the patience to persevere, the patience to hold on, to continue to see the goal, and yet persist. So
it's just two of you just yes, two of you just took care of the next question I wanted to ask, and that question was, how did you do it? How have you done it that it paid off for you and it worked for you? Now you have taken care of that question to some extent. Now my own question, what I will now ask for that to replace that question is, for your family, your mothers, how has it played out? Has it worked out for you? How far have you gone with it, trying to inculcate it as values in your children, in your family environment, and even people that work and live with you? Choma.
In fact, as you were asking that question, a lot of things came to my mind, Growing up, going through secondary school, university. If I look back, I would say it's been a beautiful journey, honestly. Then becoming a mother. It's so overwhelming, honestly, but in gratitude, it's been a wonderful journey. you get to a point, a breaking point, like you don't want to go forward or backwards. You're like thinking, can it just all end? But for the fact that change will always happen. And how will that change come about? You have to keep persevering. You have to have that patience. Keep your goal in mind. Be focused about it. And always remember, everybody's time is different. Focus on that which your mind wants to achieve. Keep going with it, and you'll be so surprised. The help, the people that will come your way to make that goal come to life, you'll be surprised. And that mindset you have to keep going, it will just be falling in. You like, was it planned? But yes, it's planned. It's only for you to tune into it, honestly. Because if you were not patient enough, you were not focused, you didn't keep going, maybe those help that would have come your way would just, disappear. But because this is what I want to achieve, and the right way, because it's very important, that right way to go about it. Like I remember when I finished my service, but that one is an entirely a day-old story, honestly. But when I look back, I don't hesitate to tell anybody that story. I finished service, then I was in Kaduna, the crisis came, that year. And then the work I was doing then, because I told myself, even if I must be independent, I should not go and depend on my parents. Let me even be self-sufficient. Let me take care of myself after service. Then I will now think of taking care of others. And I kept, reflecting, how do I go about it? The job I was doing, I would go to the bank, I would see my colleagues, people I graduated with doing a better job. And I told myself, no, this is not the reason you graduated. You had a focus while you were in school. And this is what you wanted to do. I just prayed over it. I had to make 1 or 2 calls. I resigned. I went back to a location whereby I needed to achieve that goal. And things started falling in place. Oh, when I look back, and in that journey, some other things that came up, where you went about it.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
It's always a beautiful story to look back to, and I can't wait. I'm waiting for a platform. I will stand up. I will tell my story to encourage others.
Yes. Thank you very much. This is what this program is all about. That's what it's called, Family Connect. And yes, it's a beautiful program that we are trying as much as we can, and in the best interest we have is in our environment, in our family. She is an expert in patriotism. She's trying to help our youth. She's trying to help people around us. She's trying to help people around her to have that confidence, to have that perseverance, that patience, that working hard. Many people today don't want to work. They want the easy way out, and there is no achievement. There's no success story without hard work. So the earlier we put it in our heads, the earlier we understand that, the better for all of us, both in our families, in our workplace, with people around us, our relationships. So, my darling Stella, this one is now your court. So, how have you made it possible? Or how have you used it, since that is your line of activity, to impact families and youths?
Well, I will just quickly go back to one of the questions you asked earlier when you said, how have you been able to do it? And then you said, how has it affected the children? Have you been able to impact it on the children? And of course, my line of work. To persevere, you need prayer. That's the truth. For me, personally, what has kept me going has been prayer. My communication with my Creator, receiving strength, receiving, because we have streams of lights, and information comes to you from above that way. Receiving the next step, how to go about this, how to go about that, and the fortitude, that strength actually comes from your communion with your Creator. For me, that's how it has been. To persevere. It has not been anything physical. It's just been something within that tells you, keep going, you can make it, keep going, you can do it. In the first place, when you have a goal, that goal must be living within you. Like when I talk about patriotism, it is so alive in me. That goal gives you the ability, gives you the strength to persevere. If you don't have a goal, you can't persevere. You just walk away. What am I even doing here? The stress is too much.
Yes.
When you're fixed, you see the goal. You know where you are going. You know what you want to achieve. You're standing straight at that point. Persevering, that is it. The difficulties are there. You're praying about it, but you're still moving on. Yeah. And then the virtue of patience, the ability to remain calm while all this is happening around you. While the world says, what are you doing? Come on, get away from this. And you say, no, there's something, this is a virtue. Now, imagine if adolescents were patriotic. Imagine if we were a patriotic country. We wouldn't have all this. Definitely. And these are the things we're trying to build up. Countries like Japan, China, they started from the children. Yeah. Children and adolescents. This is the story I'm trying to tell the world. My world, Nigeria. Yeah. Do you understand? So, well, when it comes to the children in the house, you know children follow you. They imitate you. That's just it. If you are not a patient person, you will not have patient children. If you are a cantankerous woman, you will have children who are all over the place shouting and all that. So the first thing is, what was instilled into me was you have to be excellent so that your environment is excellent, so that your children, your wards, those who look up to you, can take something from you. We thought mommy will shout here, but mommy just said, okay, so what do we do next? Like when my son broke my very favorite bowl.
Oh dear.
We know what it is now. When we have some bowls and chairs.
You don't bring out.
I don't even know how, because it's at the top of the shelf. And this bowl shattered, and he himself knew that, oh, how am I going to tell my mom? But it was funny when he came and, Mommy, I'm so sorry, there's something, and I looked. I said, we can get another one. He looked at me, I was like, are you serious? Mom, you didn't shout. I said, well, do you see me shout? What's wrong with you? You know, so you just impact. And when I look back, I can see that those virtues, though the children have imbibed them, it's by you being in the first place. That's how the children learn.
That is it.
Something came across my mind as she was talking. You know, these children, especially these new generation children, though we as parents, sometimes we think we have it all right. Sometimes you might not. Let your child know that she can open up to you anytime, so that when you're derailing, they can call you back.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Believe you.
So both of you keep learning from each other. It's so wonderful.
And because, yes, even the stressful nature of what is going on around us today, now as we speak, is even enough to make anybody go haywire. I'm being honest with you, is such that you need to have the grace of your Creator to be able to withstand the storm and what is going on around us. Is it the feeding? Is it being able to do your business? Is it being able to reach out? Just name it. It's so much. It's so much. And the intensity is even increasing. It's not getting
the heat.
It's heat is so much that you need to actually keep talking to yourself. I do it from time to time. Sometimes in the morning it's so overwhelming. I tell myself, Chica, calm down. What is the problem with you? Calm down. Try as much as you can. If you cannot calm down, calm down. If you're not, she's not.
What she said,
actually, all the children, they say, my son,
calm down.
Calm down.
It happens to me. Calm down. Why are you shouting? Why are you fretting? It's not because you want to, but the environment, the situation we find ourselves is pushing, and that's why I decided to bring up this topic, to see if how we can help others leverage from it. We'll take one or two things from our discussion and see if they can inculcate it in their own self and try to move on. If we don't do that, my dear, I can bet you it's not going to be a good story. You break down. And when you break down, what happens? The health is gone and nothing will happen. So that goes on. So why don't we try to talk to ourselves? It's not that easy, but we can do it. That's what I believe. Okay,
because
yes,
because when you persevere, when you're patient, the fruit of it, one of the fruits is that you become strong.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Physically and spiritually,
Yeah,
become
when
stronger.
you look at what you've been able to achieve over the years with that ability, it keeps you moving.
Yeah.
And you just keep going.
It stops you from breaking down totally.
Yes.
Okay, you can see we have touched on so many things, and then I hope we've been able to say one or two things that will help all of us. But before we end it today, I would like to ask that each of you give your advice, generally, not just to family, but to everybody, individuals that are going through a lot at this time, not just within our own zone, but in the whole world. We are having it in different forms, different phases. It's touching us in one form or the other, but the heat is on. That is the truth. So, Stella Maris, in your parting words, what advice do you have for people out there going through a lot too?
Well, I would say something a bit different maybe from what is expected.
Yeah.
If you are connected, if you maintain the pathway of connection to your creator, to your helpers, you find out that there's never really any difficulty that you cannot deal with, because help always comes. So I would say, funny enough, and people will go and ask, some people will ask, what does it mean to be intuitive? You've got to be intuitive. In today's world, you've got to be intuitive. You've got to allow your inner being guide you and lead you. Otherwise, you'll make errors. All the doors of help are closed to you. You would, when you're supposed to turn left, you turn right. Let's say there's a help and there's somebody who's going to give you a lift. If you, maybe you are looking for a ride, and you're supposed to just maybe take this little detour, and everything within you, your intuition, your inner being is telling you take the detour, and you take the left way. There's no help. You've missed it.
That's it.
So you see, it's going to be a chain of difficulty. You've got to be intuitive first of all. The connection, the luminous heights, you've got to keep it flowing. That's just it. That's what I would say. Be intuitive.
Thank you. That's it. So, Chioma.
It's just like keeping your spirit alive.
Yeah.
Because once it's not alive, definitely you're dead. And we should always remember that there are different seasons. And everybody has their time. Look for yours. Help everybody around you. Be persistent. Focus. Have that mindset. Don't limit your mindset. Just tell yourself you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. And just like she said, that intuition, it speaks once. And if you miss it, you've missed it. And if it says move, run. Run and go and do that thing it's directing you. If you miss it at that point, it can't talk to you anymore. It's your brain that will just be cracking. Can I do it this way or don't? But it has told you the right thing.
That help that was waiting for you.
Honestly, over years, that intuition has really helped me a lot. And I'm so grateful to my creator, honestly, because you will see, it's like there's a danger on the right path and he says take left and you refuse. Whatever you see, just take it, honestly, and just face it. Anyhow you want to come out of it is now entirely your responsibility, because that's your intuition guided you. It's just you that refuse to listen to it. And just define what you want. It's very key. Because if you don't know what you want, I don't know how you're going to take the steps to achieve it. You have a focus, you have a goal, but go about it the right way. It's very, very important. It might take a long time. Yes, you might think it might not even be achievable. Like I'm telling you, although the year is coming to an end, I have a goal. And I'm telling myself, this is almost end of August. I have how many months? And I want to achieve that goal before the end of the year. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I want it to happen. And all I need is
That's
guidance on
perseverance.
how to make it happen.
Yes.
And I'm still focused on it. If I won't talk about it, but
There's no need. If you talk about it, you have watered it down.
Honestly.
So we'll leave
I
it at
still
that.
have it on. So
Yes.
just
Yes.
do you,
Yeah.
and do it right.
Yeah.
You will achieve anything you want.
Wow. Thank you very much. People have said it all. But before we go, before I take the parting shot, and first I urge you to say thank you, and then I want to say something. You know, you two of you are using the word intuition. Some people may not even
That's what I
understand
said,
it.
yes. So
But the word, I'm going to put it in a layman's way.
Okay.
The what we call the little voice. The little voice you have, your conscience, that pricks you, that tells you, look, you are doing this way, you're not doing this right, you go this way, you don't go that way. That is what we're calling intuition, and that is what it is. So let's, as much as possible, try to listen to that little voice, that conscience inside us that guides us. And bet you, I'll tell you, the truth is that once you hear that voice and you follow it, you will never make a mistake. From my own experience, growing up, I had this conviction within me, which I carried to this day. I do not believe in obstacles, and I don't see them. It's not as if they don't exist, they are there, but I've grown myself to the point where, for me, it does not exist.
So it becomes a motivation.
Yes. So I turn that weakness into my strength.
Yes.
Good.
So I work with it. So turn your weakness into a strength. And you find out that your patience, that perseverance will take you further than you even imagined. And you will achieve every bit of the good thing you want. But we're talking about the positive things, we're not talking about the negativity. Because it's the same thing, it's the same forces we use. But we are encouraging us that we should use it for the positive and let the negative go away, because the negative will not survive. It's just for a question of time, it will fizzle out, and you go back to square one. The stress has not gone. The pain is still there, it's even going to increase. So, my beautiful people, before we say goodbye, I would like to say thank you to Stella Maris for honoring this invitation and doing justice to the topic. And the same thing goes to Chioma, honoring it and doing justice to the topic.
Thank you.
So, before I go, I will introduce myself, which I didn't do at the initial stage on purpose.
Okay.
I wanted to end the program with saying, this is Chika Nnamani, your regular host, and with my crew and every one of us here will say thank you and wish you a wonderful day. Until we come your way again, we say goodbye.